Hey guys, it's Normalisk again, and I'm going to show you a replay of a ZVT that I played, where I made a couple of huge mistakes, and it still seemed to go decently for me. We'll just get started. I've come to just always assume reactor Hellions at all times, and get a Roach Warren accordingly. That being said, if you need to switch, you're not short that much by building a Roach Warren. If you need to switch to Speedling Baneling for a Mass Marine push or something, that's fine. Just because you made the extra Roach Warren, I put it right here to block Hellion run-bys. Just because you made the Roach Warren doesn't mean that you have to produce out of it. It's more of a cautionary Roach Warren, because you're really screwed if you don't have one and you need one, but you're not out that much if you make one and you don't need one, if that makes sense. So we see here, even though I didn't scout a thing, I saw the gas, which is usually my indicator to go roaches, and Terran always go gas. Reactor Factory into a very aggressive fast expand from Natural Hacks here. I like that name, by the way, Natural Hacks. And I see the Hellions. Got my Roach Warren up, and I'm making 4 roaches. I'm not freaking out on the roach production. I'm still making a lot of drones, but just making that 4 to stop any shenanigans. And at some point in time, you have to try to scout the number of Hellions. If he's getting like 16 of them at any given time, you can just mass roaches and walk up and kill him. But this guy is not, because he's a much better player than that. Creep spread's also very important when chasing down Hellions. I went 15 hatch, by the way, so you can defend rush to reactor Hellions off of a fast expand very effectively, as long as you get a Roach Warren relatively fast. So I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. He's turtling and repairing, and he hasn't gotten more than these 4 Hellions, which is also a very good thing to not try to commit to it if he knows that it's not going to work with these roaches. Here, however, is a really, really good play. I can't stress this enough to Terran. These roaches got out of position. They chased off of creep up here, and Hellions are so fast that he just ran right by, and he's going to do quite a bit of damage to my mineral line at my 3rd, as well as get a lot of scouting information that I do have a 3rd. So he goes, oh crap, he's got a 3rd, and he's able to just roast drones because they line up. Oh, so well. There's the first Hellion kill. Only 1 Hellion killed, but 4 drones, 2 drones, 5 drones, and I killed a Hellion which had more drone kills on it. So those those run-by opportunities, you need to grasp those, Terran. They're very, very, very effective. If you lose 4 Hellions for 4 drones is probably even worth it, since you're not committing to Hellions anymore. He's got a tech lab, he's getting siege tech, and now that he did that little bit of damage to my income, he's going to do a little bit of a mini siege tank timing push. Another thing to note, I'm sure that you upper Terrans know this, but get the tanks out. He's got 3 tanks and more rallying, and then start your siege tank tech. I used to make that mistake when I played Terran. I'd get the siege tech and then move out, but if you move out and then get the siege tech while it's researching, you can kill tumors, kill rocks, whatever you need to do, or pull back if you need to. In this case, I'm supply blocked. I'm supply blocked hard, and I'm still not making overlords. Still not making overlords. I had 1,000 minerals. That was the biggest mistake of this game for me, was being supply blocked so hard. This is why it's important. Another thing I'll bring up later is a macro hatch for all games, basically. A macro hatch is very, very helpful for these situations, as well as keeping a large ceiling on your supply count. If it was 78 out of 100 and I could make 40 speedlings, this would just clean this up miraculously, but I don't. I'm supply blocked, and it's nobody's fault but mine. And he's just rallying more Marines, and he's actually going to kill this base because all I have are 7 roaches, and I don't want to waste them quite yet. I preemptively moved all my drones over, so I didn't lose any drones. I mean, I'm still up on the drone count quite a bit. And that was my philosophy. Even when this falls, I don't think I knew about this quite yet, no. but it's safe to assume that I have a drone lead. And even if I'm down to 2 bases, as long as I replace it right away, I'm not going to be too far behind. It also gives you time to make an army of 52 speedlings on the way, 1-1. Speedling upgrades are so important against mass marines, especially when the marines aren't upgraded. If you have 1-1 like I do right here, it takes 2 siege tank shells to kill a speedling. It normally only takes 1. You can see they do 35 damage. Speedlings have 35 life, but now I have that 1 armor. It's really going to help. So I found some marines out of position and tried to tank with my roaches, but it's just so hard in these positions. And I always chase with my speedlings, whatever are left, back to his base in case he's got some, well, Hellions. These are the same original 4. He did so much damage with those guys. Or out-of-place marines. A good thing to do is to get some scouting and run up here and see if he has a 3rd. I don't do that because I did not play that well this game. I hit with these banelings. I was very good. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually take that. So this is another really good pickup on my part. And that's just a little too many marines. So here's that macro hatch that I needed earlier. It would have been really good. I had so many minerals that it's like, why not? Why not have a macro hatch? Starting my 2-2 upgrades, as well as layer tech. I got my baneling speed, and infestors are done. Infestor research, at least. Roach speed, just because I saw the Hellions, I saw the tanks, I thought that he was going to do a much heavier factory like Thor tech or something. And again, it's just a safety thing. If you I wasn't able to get that much scouting information. I don't even know that he has a 3rd yet. It's a safe assumption, but so here's the scouting ling. I basically just want to know when he moves out, so I put that here so I can see either side. So he's got his 3rd up and running well, and missile turrets, because he doesn't know what I'm doing either. He didn't scout at all. So again, these upgrades are going to be so important against marine tank. You have to get upgrades. You can stop marine tank pushes with just speedling baneling if they're upgraded properly. I have some roaches for some tanking purposes, but other than that, here's the little infestor that could. I don't know what I'm doing here. I have a burrow. I don't know why I wasn't burrowed. I'm usually really good about burrowing, and if you were to shoot, like in this position, he's got clumped up tanks. If you were to shoot infested Terran bombs, like right here, he'll explode all over these marines and this tank, and it would just be really effective. But I don't do it this time. I don't know why. And he's got the harvester advantage.